Hi, good morning. If you would like to unmute yourself so I could say hello to you, it looks like there's just a few of you here today. That would be awesome. And if you could just tell me your first name, it looks like Jillian. Is that correct?
Swanand.
How do you say your name? Swanand? Swanand. Well, good morning. And it looks like we have Jillian here too. Well, I'm Miss Becky, and I'm a youth program specialist at the Arlington Heights Memorial Library. And today is our English Learners Family Storytime. So before we get started, I usually start out with a literacy tip to kind of help your grown-ups and you, so you guys can be great readers. It looks like Priya is joining us too. Awesome. Hello, Priya. If you want to take yourself off of mute, that would be lovely. So we can hear you. If you don't want to be on camera, that's okay, but I would like to talk to you. So if you want to unmute yourself, that would be great. But my literacy tip for today, for you and your grown-up, is to just read. Sometimes when you're reading a story, it's good with your grown-up to ask questions for your grown-ups that are hopefully sitting there with you. When you are reading with your children, it's a good idea to have conversations and discuss what you're reading. Asking more than just yes/no questions is a great way to do that. So this is a great way to make connections with maybe your personal life, things that you see, maybe a movie that you've seen. So reading books and making connections and having those discussions is a great way to help get your children get ready to read. All right, so let me share our schedule for today. We are going to sing our hello song, which is always head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Then I'm going to introduce the word of the day. Then we'll do our finger play. I wiggle my fingers to help us get ready to read. I'll do a my turn, your turn. Then we're going to read our book. And then for our flannel story, we actually have a cut and tell story. So that'll be something new and a little bit different. And then we'll sing our goodbye song. And then that'll be it. So how about we get ready with our hello song? Are you guys ready? Do you want to take your your computer off mute if you'd like, and you can sing with me, okay? If you don't know it, I'm going to do it slow, and then we'll do a little bit faster, and you can sing along with me, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Good job. Can you go a little bit faster? Are you ready? Here we go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Can you go even faster? Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Faster, last time. Ready? Here we go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Woo! Every time that gets me. That's such a workout. Good job. You guys all did a great job. Let's do our looking good cheer. If you don't know this cheer, it goes like this. We're going to make our mirror. So take your fingers and we're going to make our mirror. And then you can either fluff your hair or smooth it back and say, looking good. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's make our mirror. Ready? Looking good. Good job. All right. Well, our word for the day is begin. Begin. Does anyone know what the word begin means? Does anyone know of another word for begin? Well, begin means
Start.
to start. Who said that?
Me.
Me. All right. Yes, you're right. To start, to go. What is something that you've started? Have you started anything?
Sing.
Is there anything that you've ever started?
Okay.
Something I've started is when I was younger, I started to learn how to crawl, and then I walked, and then I made sounds, and then I started to talk and sing. And then eventually I went to school and I began to go to school. And then when I got older and I got a job, I started to go to work. So there's lots of things we can start. Hobbies, if you play an instrument, if you play a sport. Sometimes there's other things that you like to do that you're passionate about, which means you really, really, really love it. And so you start doing those things. So today we are going to read a story called The Day You Begin. But before we start, we want to do our finger play to help us get ready to read, okay? So we're going to do a my turn, your turn, and I'm going to say it once and you can say it after me, okay? It goes like this. You repeat after me. I wiggle my fingers. I wiggle my toes. I wiggle my shoulders. I wiggle my nose. No more wiggles. Left in me. Now I'll sit as still can be. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Put your arm up, bend at the elbow, and give yourself a pat on the back and say, good job, good buddy. Awesome. All right. Well, our story today is The Day You Begin. I'm going to come a little closer. The Day You Begin, and it's written by Jacqueline Woodson, and it's illustrated by Rafael Lopez. So can you talk to your grown-up and tell them what you see on the cover? What do you see? I think I heard somebody say that there's a little girl and she's peeking through the door. I wonder where she is. Where do you think she's at? She has a book in her hand. Maybe she's beginning to go to school. Let's find out. The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair will be different. There will be times when no one understands the way the words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets them. Rigoberto, from Venezuela, your teacher says, so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like the flowers blooming, the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, what did you do last summer? Tell the class your story. We went to France, Chayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. Have you ever traveled anywhere? Is there any place you've ever gone to, like these children? Maybe, right? Let's see. As you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb. and your days spent at home caring for your little sister who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when others were flying and sailing and going somewhere? How do you think she's feeling? All these other children were sharing about different places that they went to and different things they brought back, and she was at home, it looks like, and with all these tall buildings, I think maybe she was in an apartment and she was helping to take care of her sister. So the places she traveled to were probably from her book and all the books that she read. There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. That happened to me when I was little. I would bring my lunch and some people thought that it was different and they would make funny faces and stuff, but I ate it because that's what my mom gave me. Sometimes we eat different foods and that's okay. It's good to try new things. When even your own friend, Nadia, will wrinkle her nose and say, "What is in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. So you can see that she's eating some rice and kimchi, and her friend Nadia has a sandwich. I wonder what kind of sandwich it is. I'm looking at the picture and I see some green lettuce and some red tomato. So she's got some goodies in there. Ooh, do you see what she has in her lunchbox? Do you know what that is? Do you know what fruit that is? It's red and it's sweet. Does anyone know? What fruit is here? Yeah, that's right, it's an apple. They're juicy and delicious and sweet. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. How do you think this little boy is feeling with people making those comments? Probably not very happy, maybe a little bit sad. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. So here you can see all of these children look like they're playing together, kicking a ball, jumping rope, maybe swinging around. And here we have this little boy all by himself. But can you see what he has in his hands? A book. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready even though you don't know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin. That has our word of the day, begin, to start, to go, and it's the title of this book. The day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class. Your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. And look, you can see, using her imagination, her books are taking her to all these wonderful places with her little sister. That's the great thing about books. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some place for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. And that was the day you begin. So if you're new here, I like to do a little cheer when we're done with the book. It goes like this. I'll do it once and then we'll do it together. It goes like this. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow, that book was really great. Are you ready? Can you do that with me? Here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow, that book was really great. Good job. All right. Well, we finished reading our book, so it's time for our story. I told you I have a special story for you. And I'm going to do a little bit of cutting while I'm telling the story. All right. Here we go. This story is called Baby Bird. So once it was a beautiful day, and Mother and Father Bird decided to build a nest. So, what kinds of things do you think Mother and Father Bird used to build their nest? Does anyone want to share? You can take yourself off mute if you'd like. What kinds of things do you think a Mother and Father Bird would use to build a nest?
Twigs.
Twigs? Yeah. Anything else? Maybe some dirt and anything, leaves, anything they could find, right? So they built, leaves that they fall down from the trees. Especially now, if you look on the ground, you'll see lots of leaves falling down from the trees, and they're changing colors too. Beautiful orange and red and brown, really pretty. So they built their nest, and Mother Bird had to sit down and lay on, do you know what this is? Do you know what birdies have? What is it?
What is it? One.
It's an egg, you're right. So Mother Bird had to sit on that egg, and she couldn't leave that egg. She had to sit on top of that egg even when it rained. Can you make it rain? When the wind blew, can you make the wind blow? She had to sit on that egg. Well, lucky for her, because she couldn't go anywhere, she made some friends with 2 little bugs. And one bug's name was Priya. Here's Priya. And the other bug's name was Swanand. So the 2 little bugs kept Mother Bird company. And one day, Mother Bird, while sitting on the egg, heard a crack. Can you make a cracking sound? Crack. And then she heard some more cracking. Can you make some more cracking? Crack. Crack. It kept cracking, 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 cracking. And you know what happened? What do you think happened? What happened?
What do you think? Baby birds.
A baby bird hatched from the egg.
Wow.
And so the Mother and Father Bird and Baby Bird lived happily ever after. Wasn't that wonderful? Look at that. I got to tell you a story, and I got to make a little craft and cut it out. So sometimes that's fun to do too. Sometimes when you read stories, you can cut things or draw your stories. These are great ways to continue to learn how to read. So can you believe it? Our time is up already. So you know what that means? That means it's time to say goodbye. So we're going to sing It's Time to Say Goodbye. If you don't know this song, it's very easy. You will learn it very quickly. Okay? I'll do it slowly. Here we go. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink your eye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Well, thank you so much for coming, everyone. Goodbye, friends. We'll see you next time. Just a couple of quick, brief announcements. Remember that the library is open. You're welcome to come in. We have some book bundles if you want to grab them. We have some books behind me here that you would find and lots of other ones. Make sure to check the program calendar for any programs coming up in October. And we'll see you next time. So thanks so much for coming. Bye.
Thank you.